What's going on, everybody? Cedar from ColorKey, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get started with the MobilePar Pro HEX 6 from ColorKey. Now, this is a nice battery-powered wireless DMX uplight / par light. It comes with some phenomenal accessories that we're going to be looking at a little bit later on in this video, but hey, let's get into it. There are 4 main ways to control your MobilePar Pro HEX 6, with the onboard menu, with the included RF remote, with the ColorKey smartphone app, and with wireless DMX. Let's start with the onboard menu. Now, the onboard menu is perfect when you just want to set it and forget it. Maybe it's a static color, maybe it's 2 different static colors in a master-slave setup, maybe it's a nice color fade from the auto programs or a sound active program. Let me show you how to do that. To set a static color, we'll go ahead and press menu to access the main menu. We're going to scroll around to color and press enter. Now we have 2 different options. Custom color, I'll show briefly, allows you to completely customize a color, assigning values between 0 and 100 for all of your diodes, your red, green, blue, amber, white, and UV, so you can really dial in a custom color. However, we also do provide 48 pre-built static colors. You can select between 1 and 48 different hues. Pressing enter will toggle down to this strobe. You can select between 0, which is off, and 9, which is the fastest strobe option. So now that we have a nice static color selected, we can go ahead and place our pars around the room, and it's going to remain that same static color. Of course, if you want to change the color, you then need to go back in, and you could change it to maybe a green, for example, or a blue, or this kind of yellow hue. All right, now let's check out how to do auto programs from the onboard menu. To activate the auto programs, we're going to go back to the main menu and scroll around to auto. Pressing enter will get us in there, and we'll see our 3 main auto programs. First one up is auto jump. We also have auto fade and auto pulse. I'll explain Wi-Fi mode a little bit later on. On any one of these, if you go ahead and press enter, you'll go over to the speed setting, and you can change the speed between 1 and 9, 9 being the fastest, 1 being the slowest. You can do the same for either of the pulses or fades. Back to auto jump, that's what these fixtures are on right now. We're on a speed of 1, but as I mentioned, we can go ahead and speed that up. You can see it's a really, really fast jump now. We also have an auto fade. Now everything has that nice fade. Okay, let's take a look at sound active mode. For sound active mode, from the main menu, we're just gonna scroll over to that top right item called sound, press enter, and here we have the 4 sound active modes, and just a fun little graph over here on the right that just kind of shows you the beat. If you find that the microphone is too sensitive, what you have to do is just press enter. You'll see that that number in the bottom right corner is now highlighted. That is your sensitivity, and you can set a sensitivity between 1 and 9. Press enter to exit out of that menu and get back to over here. If for some reason you find yourself stuck, let's say you go in here, you click sound, and you're like, oh, I'm trying to scroll up or down. The current selection is persistent, so because I exited back to the menu with sensitivity still selected, you'll see when I come back, it is still selected. No problem, just press enter, and now we can change the sound active modes. Now that the fixture is in sound active mode, we just need a little bit of a beat. There we go. Now, most of the time, you're not just using one uplight. Even behind me, I have a couple more out here for dramatic effect. So now, if you wanted to do a static color or an auto program for maybe 8, 16, 32 uplights, it would really be a pain to go through and set it on every single menu. And then what happens if you want to make a change, maybe halfway through the event, go from a static white during dinner to an auto program for dancing and partying, or a sound active program? Well, that is where master slave comes into play, and that's actually the configuration I already have going here. So let me show you how to get it set up, starting with the master fixture. To prepare our master unit, there's a few things we're gonna wanna do. The first step is to go to the bottom right item, settings, in our main menu, press enter. Now we're gonna go down to number 3, wireless ID. Here is where we can set the wireless group ID. You'll notice that as I change the ID number, the text color changes. Also, this Wi-Fi symbol in the top left corner changes. For the demo, we will use ID 5. One more thing to check in the settings menu is setting number 4, wireless send. We want to make sure that that is turned on. Now for this to act as a master unit, we just need to use a master function, which is either from the sound active menu or the auto menu. That auto menu does include Wi-Fi mode. I haven't covered it yet, but I will shortly. So let's go ahead and use auto fade. That sounds great. To set up our slave fixtures, the first thing we're gonna do is make sure that it has the same wireless group ID. So we'll go to settings, option 3, wireless group ID, set it to ID 5, go back out to the menu, and then the only other thing we need to do is just go to address. You'll notice right here that once it's connected to our master unit, our Wi-Fi symbol starts to blink, letting us know we're connected. The address does not matter, the channel mode does not matter, we must simply just be on the address screen. So now that we have all of our lights configured, you can see these are green behind me, our main unit's green, I'm in static color, and as I change the color, all of my other lights react to what happens on this one. If I go over to auto program, now all my lights are fading together. All I have to do is just change this one fixture and all the rest change. So that's how you get one master slave group up and running. But now the drawback of that is all of your lights are doing the same thing. Perhaps you're doing a holiday event and you need those red and green colors. Well, if you have one light set to red and everything slaved in, everything's gonna be red. So how do you get that red and green without manually making half your lights red, half your lights green? Well, 2 master slave groups. It's gonna be the exact same thing you just watched, but just for half your lights, assign them to a different wireless group ID and assign them their own master light. So you'll have a green master and a red master, 2 different wireless group IDs, everything else will line up behind, and you'll have a nice 2-tone color look. Of course, you expand that to 3 groups, 4 groups if you wanted to. I think 2 is probably where most people are gonna end though. That wraps up the main ways that you're gonna be controlling the fixture from the onboard menu. Now, let's take a look at the RF remote. Hands down, one of my favorite ways to control the MobilePars when I'm not using wireless DMX, and it's really easy. First, let's get our light configured for it. To use the RF remote, press menu to access the main menu, scroll around to remote, and press enter. Now all we want to make sure on this screen is that option 1, remote control, is highlighted. That's it, our RF remote is ready to use. I will explain what this second option, master send, does a little bit later on in the video. Now this light and all the lights behind me are changed to the RF remote control setting. So now we're gonna go over the RF remote and why I think it's so awesome. Now it's important to note here, this is an RF remote, not an IR remote. Get nerdy with me for a second. So IR stands for infrared, and IR remotes communicate over pulse width modulated infrared pulses that have to be received by a sensor. So you have to point it at that sensor. Think of old school TVs or a lot of lights that are in the market today. But RF is different. RF submits an omnidirectional radio frequency that can then get picked up by these lights. For example, you couldn't do this with an IR remote. I'm gonna point it at the camera and all my lights change to blue when I hit the blue button. That's the power of RF. You can control all your fixtures from much further distances away and you don't need line of sight. I've used them in high school gymnasiums, giant corporate event gala ballrooms, and of course, weddings. And you get that full room control all from your DJ booth. When I'm not running wireless DMX, it's my go-to for my uplighting because I can just sit there and quickly go to an auto program mode when dancing starts, or maybe that nice white during dinner. It's super convenient. So let's take a look at all the functions on the RF remote and what you can do from this little beauty. So starting at the very top, you have this nice color wheel. It's touch sensitive. You can jump to different colors on the color palette. Or if you're like me, when the drop hits, you can just take your thumb on it and just kind of mash it around and get a pretty cool effect. It gets a little wild. Across the top here, you do have brightness up and brightness down. You have a blackout, turn everything back on. You have your 4 sound active modes, so you can easily go into sound active 1. Now note, when you're in RF remote mode, and you're not all master slave, every light is gonna be using its own microphone for sound active mode. So it's not gonna say all sync together, but honestly, I think that's pretty cool when you get this crazy rainbow effect going on with all your lights. A couple different sound active modes across here. Now you have your all colors button. This is a multi-press button. If you keep pressing it, you'll cycle through all 48 available presets. Let's stick on the static color theme for a second and drop down to this whole red, green, blue, white, amber, and magenta UV segment. Those are all multi-press buttons. So for example, if we press green once, we're gonna get a straight green color. All LEDs turned off, just the green turned on to 100%. But now if we keep pressing it, we're gonna get slightly different hues of green. Now where this might be important is on, for example, amber, one of the most popular colors at a wedding next to white. But maybe this isn't the exact amber the bride or the wedding planner wants. Well, hit that amber button again. What other hues can we get out of it? It's that simple. Same with white. Maybe you just need some slightly different color temperatures of white. Very obvious here in UV mode, we get more of a magenta, can cycle through. Now let's pop back up and look at this auto mode button. So pressing auto mode once, you'll notice that there is a circle around it. So there's the first auto mode. We're on this nice kind of quick color jump. But if you press auto mode again, you'll get to that second auto mode, which is a nice fade. One more time, and you'll get to this nice kind of pulse fade. The buttons next to it, the up arrow, down arrow, control the speed for that fade, so we can really slow it down. One of my personal favorites is to go back to the original fade, slow it way down. It's a good generic background look when I don't need too much energy going on. Last but not least, we have strobe and strobe speed. So if I press strobe, and then I can use strobe speed to toggle it faster and faster. That's the RF remote. All of the MobilePar fixtures have something that's called RF master mode, and it creates a lot of questions, so let me quickly explain it. On this fixture specifically though, it's called master send while you're in the RF remote. Now what it is the antennas inside of here are much more powerful, up to hundreds and hundreds of feet, than the RF remote. Now the RF remote is already good for a full-size ballroom, gymnasiums. I've used them all over the place with very little dropout, even in those large scale rooms. But what if you need that signal to go even further, but still kind of want the benefit of the RF remote? Well, it's a bit of a workaround that we built into here, but it has its functional use cases. Let me explain. So right now we are in the remote and we're on master send, but when I press these buttons, nothing happens. That's because this is acting as a master fixture. It's taking this green color and it's sending it out to all my other pars. If I pop it back to remote control and I press blue, we've turned to blue here, but these are all set as slaves behind me and they haven't turned blue yet because we're in a slave form here to the RF remote. However, if after we've sent our remote control function, we just pop back down to master send, it's gonna send it out with that much more powerful antenna to the rest of our lights. So that's a way to couple the remote with the light with a very far throw range. I hope that helps explain what master mode is on our RF lights. To use the ColorKey app, we're gonna go to auto and auto mode for Wi-Fi mode. Now what's important is to look over here on the right side. It says LED-111. That is the Wi-Fi signal you're going to look for on your phone device. Now that we're in Wi-Fi mode, this specific light, I'm actually looking for LED663. So here it is. I see it on my Wi-Fi network. I'm gonna go ahead and connect to it. And now we can go ahead and launch the ColorKey app. Fine, and there we go. The light is on. Here we have a nice color wheel where we can change the color of our light. We also have an intensity or a brightness slider. We have these pre-built color palettes. If you want to save your own color, let's say you find this nice kind of like green-white mixture, dial it in, click that empty box. Now you can jump between the other colors and your new saved color. Across the bottom, we also now have monochrome mode. Here you can basically just set an intensity for that white LED. On the top though, you can go into temperature mode. Here we have temperature control. You can control the mixture between the white and the warm white diode or the amber diode that you see now. Let's go back to multicolor, go to modes, we'll hit RGB cycle. So now we have this nice RGB jump going on. If you wanted to speed it up, you can increase the speed slider here. There's also different options like blue pulse or a little red-blue fade. You can get that going really crazy. And of course we have sound mode. So there is your 4 sound modes and your slider for setting the sensitivity. So we can go into sound mode 1. There we go. Now do note I have this set up as a master slave configuration so that Wi-Fi under the auto programs is considered a master mode. So you'll only be connecting to one fixture and then following the steps from earlier in this video of a master slave configuration. So all those lights behind me are slave lights. This is our master being controlled by the app. That's how the app works. Now let's talk about wireless DMX. So these fixtures have wireless DMX built into them, and to control them, I'm gonna be using an air hub to get my DMX signal out there and a wolf mix as my DMX controller. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is figure out what group ID we want, program it into the lights, assign the lights on the wolf mix, and then of course put the DMX channels on the fixtures themselves. So let's get the fixture set up. To get started with wireless DMX, the first thing we need to do is make sure that we are on the same wireless ID as our DMX transmitter. So we went to settings, now we'll go to number 3, wireless ID, and we can set our wireless group ID. We will use ID 5 magenta for this demo. The next step we need to do is just simply go to address mode, make sure that the address is set correctly. We are in 6-channel mode. If you want to get to 10-channel mode, back out, go to settings, look for option 1, DMX channel, and this is where you can change between 6 and 10-channel mode, and simply return to the address screen. All of our fixtures now have the wireless group ID of 5 assigned. I've gone ahead, put them into the wolf mix, and done the DMX channel programming on each fixture. Now we just got to configure the air hub to send the signal from the wolf mix to our fixtures, and I wanted to cover a couple quick key points. To get the air hub to work with all the new MobilePar fixtures, which is going to be the MobilePar HEX 5, the MobilePar Mini HEX 4 Mark II, and the MobilePar Pro HEX 6, all you need to do is assign the wireless group ID and then go to the home screen. The air hub has a lot of features built into it that were specifically designed and communicate only with Air Series products. So we're using it right now though, just as a giant wireless DMX transmitter with an extremely robust signal capability. So let's go ahead and get the ID assigned. To configure our air hub, we want to select ID setup, and we're going to press the enter button multiple times to change to ID 5. Escape will back us out. We're then going to either use the up or the down button to scroll until we reach this screen. This is the important screen. It's what makes the air hub act as a massive wireless DMX transmitter. You can see that we've connected to our wireless DMX transmitter when this top left Wi-Fi symbol starts blinking. And just like that, with the wolf mix connected, all of our fixtures connected through the air hub, and we have this nice color going on. We can of course change it, red, yellow, green, blue, etc. Now, because every light is on a different setting, we can of course get really cool color effects going on. So here's a nice rainbow fade going on. Maybe we want more of a chase across like this. So now we can do all of that with wireless DMX. It's super quick, easy, and efficient to set up. Let's take a concept of wireless DMX and take it one step further by actually using the fixture itself as a wireless DMX transmitter or receiver. There's great use cases for both. So as a transmitter, the main use case is, well, maybe you don't have a wireless DMX transmitter like the air hub that I was previously using. Well, check this out. I now have a DMX cable running out of my wolf mix into the bottom of this MobilePar Pro HEX 6. And it is now communicating with all the fixtures behind me. So when I go to blue on my wolf mix, that signal gets boosted through the light, and now I don't even need an extra wireless DMX transmitter. So now when would you want to use it as a receiver? Well, this is a really, really cool use case, and I do it all the time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this light, put it in the totem, and then put a moving head on top like a normal DJ setup. Let's get it going. To use our MobilePar Pro HEX 6 as a wireless access point in our totem, all we're gonna do is take our DMX out cable, locate the DMX out port on the bottom of the fixture, plug in our cable, and put it in the totem. Let's take a look at the setup as a whole now. So I have a Wolf mix with a 3-pin DMX cable running to an air hub. That air hub is then wirelessly transmitting my DMX signal out into the world. There's a MobilePar Pro HEX 6 at the bottom of this totem picking up that wireless signal. I then have one 3-pin DMX cable running out of the output on the MobilePar Pro HEX 6 up to this ColorKey Creator Beam 150. Now I understand these totems are very close together right now, but imagine you have your DJ booth and you have your totems way off to the side. Only one cable needs to be run to this totem, and that's the power cable for the Creator Beam 150. Everything else is wireless, including now the DMX signal, because the DMX signal for the light is being piggybacked off the MobilePar Pro HEX 6. Now my studio lights in here are making this look really white, but trust me, it's glowing blue. And now, of course, I have full control over my moving head on top. I didn't need to buy an extra dongle to put into it. I was able to use my fixture as a link point. Super, super cool, very, very nifty. Kills two birds with one stone, saves you money. Let's talk about some of the accessories that are included with the MobilePar Pro HEX 6. We've already covered pretty extensively the RF remote. One of them comes with every single unit, but another thing that comes with every unit is this white outer housing. So instead of having to carry two different colors of uplights or just being stuck with one color, we give you the flexibility of both colors. Black to blend in with black walls, or if you're at a wedding and they want a nice white aesthetic, there you go. It's that simple. Now the cover easily slides on, as you just saw. There's tabs on either side. To remove the cover, you just need to put a little bit of outward pressure on those tabs and the cover is gonna slide off. When it's on there, it is nice and secure. Those tabs hold it in place. A nice, discreet cover to blend in with a white aesthetic. Now, talking about blending in, I do want to quickly note that we put all of our branding on the screen side of the fixture here. So when you actually put the uplight up against a wall with this little shield here, kind of hiding the LEDs a little bit, this is the intended configuration, sorry. So if I was the wall here, it'd be facing this way. Now you don't have all these branded products sitting around your room, which is kind of a tacky look. So we really hid the branding on the back side. Same thing for the cover. Let's quickly talk about transport options. You're not just carrying one of these around to your event. You're probably carrying at a minimum 4, if not 8, 16, or 32. So you need to be able to get them around. Well, we have two great carrying solutions for you. The first one is a 4-piece case. It's gonna fit 4 units, including the accessories like the white shell housing. Now this is an EVA case, which means it's a molded plastic. It's gonna keep your investment nice and safe. It's also really compact for the mobile DJs that wanna bring these out and might not have the space for a full-size road case. They could easily throw 2 cases in. Now you still have 8 uplights. Now, for those that do have the space and are running big uplight setups, of course, we have an 8-piece charging road case. The road case fits 8 uplights, and of course, it has that nice power distribution center in the middle of the case. So when you're done with your gig, you flip them in upside down, plug them all in, plug in the case, and they'll be charged and ready to go for your next event. When you're done with your MobilePar and it's time to get it charged up, simply take your IEC power cable, locate the charging port on the bottom, and plug it in. You'll get a nice little icon here showing you the charge and the percentage. One thing to note is that if your screen timer is turned on, which means the screen will time out after a certain amount of time, there it goes, the screen times out. Now, because the light is off, none of your buttons will work to wake it back up, but rest assured it is still charging. If your screen is set to always on, that charging indicator will stay there. One caveat here I do want to mention real quick, because it might confuse some of you, is that when you turn the light on, the screen didn't come on. Now, why is that? Well, because when it's plugged in, the internals kind of think that the light is already on. So that screen timer kicked in after 10 seconds, turn the screen off. So even though I turn the physical light on, nothing happened. But at this point, if I press a button, it'll wake it up. Here you can see I had the 10-second timer set. This is the last screen I had open. Let's take a comprehensive look at the whole onboard menu system structure. We will start on the DMX screen and cover the items on the top. So here on the top left corner is a Wi-Fi looking symbol that's color coded. That is your wireless group ID. It will blink when you're connected to a wireless DMX device or another master unit. Next over is this chain link looking icon. That is going to flash when you have hardwired DMX signal connected. It's just a little hardwired DMX signal indicator. Next over, we have our current operating temperature, and lastly, our battery percentage. In the middle of the screen, we have our DMX address that can be changed by pressing up or down. It just lets us know that we're in DMX 512 mode and that we are in 6-channel configuration. You can change between 6-channel and 10-channel in the settings. Pressing menu gets us to the main menu. We'll go down one to auto. Here we have the 3 auto programs plus Wi-Fi mode. Pressing enter on any one of the top 3 gets us over to speed, and we can change the speed of the auto program. Down on Wi-Fi mode, that changes to name LED-111. Each light is going to have a unique identifier. That is the Wi-Fi signal to look for to connect to the fixture when using the ColorKey app. Pressing menu backs us out. Next, we will look at sound active mode. Here we have 4 sound active modes. Pressing enter will get us to the sensitivity. We can change it between 1 and 9. And we also have this fun little beat graph that just kind of plays along. Next up, we have color, 2 color options. First, 1 custom color. Here you can set a custom color entirely between 0 and 100 for each of the diodes. That's red, green, blue, amber, white, and UV. Or you can use 2.static color, which is the 48 pre-built palettes that we have assigned for the fixture. Pressing enter toggles between color selection and strobe. 0 is off for the strobe, all the way up to 9, which is the fastest strobe speed. Pressing menu backs us out. Next, we'll take a look at remote. Here we have 2 options, remote control and master send. To use the RF remote, you simply just need to be on this screen with 1 dot remote control highlighted as it is shown now. Earlier in the video, I explained what master send does. If you need a recap on that, rewind the video and check it out. Last, we'll take a look at the settings, a couple quick, simple settings. DMX channel, here is where we can change between 6-channel and 10-channel mode. DMX fail, this is what happens if you're running DMX mode, but the DMX signal is lost. You want it to hold on to the last instruction, black out the fixture. Those are the 2 options available. Wireless ID is where we set our wireless group ID. Wireless send, this is important. It must be on when you're going to be using this fixture as a master unit or using it to send out a wireless DMX signal if you're using this as your send point. A couple other things, LCD backlight, you can change the backlight brightness. LCD close time, if you want your screen to time out, you have 30 seconds, 10 seconds, or 5 seconds, always on, your screen will not time out. A few other things like restore factory settings, white balance, and let's take a look at the QR code. This is great. Here, if you scan that with your phone, it'll bring you to the Android app or the iOS app for the ColorKey control. And that's it for settings. That's the whole menu. Well, there we go. That's everything that you need to know about the MobilePar Pro HEX 6, how to get it up and running, how to run the different functions, use that very nifty RF remote. I hope you learned something helpful. Go ask for it at your favorite lighting retailer, and don't forget to check us out at ColorKeyLED.com for more information. This is Cedar from ColorKey. Pleasure as always. Until next time.